Hi, welcome to Crisco's Corner. Proud to live in the greatest country in the world. Unfiltered opinions, no PC discussion here. Agree, disagree, hate it, love it, it's all good. Sit back and enjoy some unfiltered commentary. We discuss politics, culture, interviews, and more. Your comments are always welcome. Please help the channel by hitting that subscribe button. Doesn't cost a thing. And as always, thanks for your support. Hi folks, welcome back. This is going to be part one of a multi-part series I'm going to do here, trying to explain how we got to the point we're at in the last 4 or 5 years. I have an introduction video prior to this. It would probably help if you watch that. I'm going to say up front, you're going to discover very quickly that I am a big Trump supporter. I do not apologize. If people don't like that, that's fine. If they like it, that's fine too. There's a whole bunch that could care less one way or the other. That's fine as well. But I'm going to do a series. This is going to be episode 1. Watch the introduction, might help out a little bit. The name of this episode is Trump the Evil Monster. The mainstream media for the last 4 years has thrown so much gas on the fire of each side, left and right, that it just exploded beyond anybody's imagination. I think it started fueling from the high schools and colleges. Most of the colleges, kids have been brainwashed, indoctrinated. And then you add the fact that Trump has the personality that he does. I'm not going to apologize for his personality. He is what he is, good and bad both. And that's the way it is. I consider Trump, to all you guys out there might appreciate this, the wife or girlfriend in the dress theory. And that means you're sitting there watching TV or working on your computer, and your wife or your girlfriend stands in the doorway and says to you, does this dress make me look fat? And we'll say that it does. Pretty bad, actually. So you can't tell her that. You got to live with her. You don't want to be a jerk. So you lie and you say, well, that color doesn't go good with your hair or whatever the reason is. And, she might get a little huffy for a minute, but you're a good guy and you want to spare her feelings. Trump on the other hand will look at her and go, hey, hell yeah, it makes you look real fat. Take it off. He's telling the truth. You're lying. But that's just his personality. That's the way he is, and he's not going to change. And everybody knew that going in. This is no great surprise. But what the media's done, and I don't know why they started from the beginning. Maybe it was the fact that we made Donald Trump and he turned on us and we're going to destroy him. But these are grown people in multi-billion-dollar industries. This isn't some guy you work with or some neighbor or some relative that you pissed off. It's unbelievable to me. And it's accelerated in some of the evil stuff they say. The racism. You see on the picture here at the bottom right, all the Trump supporters are racist. Look at the guy with his hand up like a Nazi salute. Didn't taint it, and the guy next to him is African-American, but that's a different issue. They're all monsters and racist, and they think that white people are being pushed aside, and they're rebelling back, and blah, blah, blah. It's like the adults in Charlie Brown. Wah, 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 wah. You see the cartoon on the left. The devils, the monsters, the evil people. It's unbelievable. There's the guy from it in the back. I mean, come on, give me a break. And then you have a guy dressed as Abraham Lincoln. Trump is evil. Trump derangement syndrome is actually real. And I think the groundwork was set for this not by Donald Trump. I think it started. I was a former city council member in upstate New York here in Binghamton. And I was a Democrat up until 2013 when I saw they were going crazy. But even I, as pessimistic as I was for the Democrats, couldn't imagine this craziness. There was always a group in the Democrat Party that were like nut bars that All they complained about was racism and blah, 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 blah. It's just the usual stuff. And they were a small percent, so you basically put up with them. You know, it's just like the crazy uncle. You live with it. But then it accelerated. I think through the second term of George W. Bush, I started to pick up speed. I think a lot of it came from the colleges. And then when Barack Obama got elected, it really picked up legs. And the college just fueled this nonsense, this progressive leftist craziness that there's 1,000 genders and it's unbelievable. And if you can't pick out racism, that means you're a racist. And if you're a black person that likes Trump, you put your racism internally and you hate yourself. And it's just crazy stuff. I must have sat around one day a few years back and said, what's the most batshit crazy thing we can think of? Oh, let's see. You can be one of over 1,000 genders? Yeah, that's a good one. Let's do that. And then they did it. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Now they want transgendered men to women transgender to compete in high school and college sports. And these poor ladies that work their asses off to try to get scholarships are all getting pushed out. It's a sin. It's criminal. And I can go on and on and on, but you've heard it all. But then the media pounding, the relentless evil put on this guy. Granted, there's a lot to criticize there. And I'm a big Trump supporter, I even say it. But do legitimate critique, not this crazy stuff. Like he's in bed with Putin, and he's trying to destroy the country, and he's a dictator, and he's a monster, and he's this, and he hates Mexicans, and he hates immigrants, and he hates this. Meanwhile, they treat his wife, who is an immigrant in the United States and a citizen, like crap, like garbage. They make fun of her actions. She's extremely intelligent, speaks 5 or 6 languages, I'm told, had her own career and her own money long before she met Donald Trump. I mean, you got to be kidding me, right? Making fun of somebody's accent while you're a Democrat? Isn't that supposed to be like the mortal sin of the world? But yet somehow the rules don't apply. They didn't make fun of the son of Barron. I mean, give me a break. Give me a break. This is craziness. Look at the pictures here, Trump and Hitler. I mean, it's just, genocide. I mean, I used to hear it from my store here. I have a convenience store in a Battle Redemption Center in upstate New York. And I remember when Trump was running before he won, a couple of African-American guys used to come in here, black guys. And, of course, we would argue about back and forth about politics. And these guys were convinced that if Trump got elected, government vans would go around picking up black people. It was insane, and they believed it. Because if you say a lie loud enough and long enough over and over and over and over and over, it changes your brain, and you actually believe it. And I think this fueled almost everything that's going on now. It polarized the whole country. Why do they do it? Was it just money? I mean, is it just that simple or immoral as money? I like money like the next guy, but I don't know. I don't know. And I think a lot of them did it at the beginning just because of the ratings and the clicks online to make money and get these nice big salaries. But I'm beginning to wonder now, are they in the cult too? Do they say things over and over and over so many times that these supposedly highly educated people in our media, the cable news especially, and there's a lot of written too, do they actually believe this crap? That he wants to, kill babies? And it's just amazing to me. And the stuff is never ending. I mean, Ronald Reagan got it. George H.W. Bush got it a little, and George W. Bush got it. But it was the small percent of the nut bars in the Democrat Party. Now it is mainstream. I saw the debate, what there was of it, between Donald Trump and Joe Biden, who I wouldn't exactly call the sharpest knife in the drawer. As the one guy used to say, he's come to the city council meetings here in Binghamton, you're not very smart. You're not going to be bringing the potato salad at the next Mensa picnic, and that's Joe. And here we are. It's just unbelievable. I mean, somebody wrote this story 10 years ago. You would laugh him out of your office. He was trying to sell the story for a movie. But here we are, and the hatred is growing exponentially, and it's causing huge polarization. I know what side I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick on the side of the Constitution. I'm going to pick the First and Second Amendments especially, and all the rest as well. It's one of the most brilliant documents ever written, and has held this republic together for this long. And these monsters want to stack the court, want to do all kinds of crazy things. Get rid of amendments, get rid of the Electoral College. We're unique in that way, the system we have set up. And we survived this long because we have the best system. And that doesn't mean our people are better than anybody else's in the world. It just means the system we have helps people excel. Always has, always will. I pray it always will. And this media is just adding to it. And they're adding to our own suicide. And I just don't get it. But it's so evil. It's so over the line. It's amazing to me why the public hasn't turned on the mainstream media more than they have. But they haven't. So here it is, part one. I think the mainstream media companies have laid a lot of this groundwork for what's accelerated to the point we are today. So they have nobody to blame but themselves. You guys, look in the mirror. Don't deflect anymore, because you're doing these things that you're accusing everybody else of doing. And the racism, and oh my God, it's endless. I mean, Jesus, they went out one time for 2 days because he gets 2 scoops of ice cream at a dinner party and everybody else got one. You got to be kidding me. These guys are doomed. And I think they're starting to realize it. And I said one of my videos, one of episodes a few weeks back, the mainstream media are the dinosaurs. And the asteroid is coming. Okay, folks. Well, until the next episode, take care, goodbye, and good luck.